This is the third of 3 videos on our changing the background of our web page. Here we're going to create and add an edge. Now before we go to creating our edge image, let's go ahead and, like we've done with these other ones here, let's go ahead and open up our edge in our browser. Open with Firefox. There you go. Remember, it's all plain Jane white. And then let's open it up in our notepad. Right click, open with, edit. Okay, now this is what we're going to be messing with right down here. So now let's go ahead and open up GIMP. Now for our edge image, we need an image that is about, let's say 1200 pixels wide and 7, 10, anywhere between like 5 to 15 or 20 pixels high. The width is it's a good steady number, so that since most browser windows are 1200 pixels wide or less, then it'll look good on most any browser, whether it's no matter what resolution that the visitor has their monitor set at. So as far as the height being 5 pixels, 10, 20 pixels, doesn't really matter. I figure 5 would be a nice minimum, but keep this in mind as far as determining whether you want it to be 10 or 20 pixels wide. High. Is you want to keep the image size small, like I mentioned before. Even with this one being kind of thin, you want to keep it small so that it loads fast. So that's why I'm going with 1200 by 5 pixels. And you may have noticed that on the earlier video images where the preset was already set for 1200 by 5. The secret's out. Okay, anyway, that's what that was about. So we want to go here, and this time under advanced options, we don't want background color, we want it to be white. So that is good to go. Okay, now then, you can see here it's all kind of squished into here. Now what I want to do is, I'm not really worried so much about showing you what's on the right hand side over here. I just want to show what's on the left hand side, because what I'm going to do is put a little gradient in here, just kind of make it look cool. And you can do that, or you can just make it solid, however you want, whatever floats your boat. But what we want to do is, here's my gradient tool, click on that, and right now it's showing black and white because that's what we have up here. So I want to change that to let's say orange. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so now then, this is our gradient here, and the rest of the stuff we'll just leave alone. I'm going up here, hold my mouse button down, just drag it, let's say about 100. Looks good. Okay, so you can barely see that right there, but that's good enough. Now we're going to go up here and File, Save As. Pretty much the same process we went through on the last one. The desktop, and I want it in HTML stuff, and I want it to be called BGEDGE, edge.gif. And we'll click on Save. Click on Export, click on Save, and then we can just get on out of the GIMP. We're done with the GIMP, because the GIMP really just kind of sucks up my resources and it makes it harder for my video to record. Anyway, now what we want to do is down here, okay, and that's in that folder, right. Let me go ahead and set this up. We want to put a little space there. We want to type in BACKGROUND equals. Then we want to put in the double quotes, backspace, and then BGEDGE, I think that's what it was, .GIF. Now, and that's our image. And I think this should work just fine. Now, how this is going to look, because we don't have the tables and everything in there, let me just show you real quick here. Yeah, Control S to save it. Okay, this is as it is. Let's refresh. And here's a little, isn't that cool? That's cool. And that's just from 5 pixels wide. See how it just kind of tiles it all the way down, tiles it all the way across. Now, and for this to be done properly, we need to put a table in here. And again, we'll go into that later on as to making, tables and text and fonts and all that kind of cool stuff. But this gives you an idea anyway, how to add an edge to your web page. And this is pretty much it. Now, again, I'm not going to go into the tables like we did on the last one with adding an image, because I think you pretty much got the point here. But this is the plain Jane. This is the color. Whoa, is it? And this is the image, both fixed. Well, this is the fixed one, and the other one that scrolls with the page. And this one is the edge, which I think looks pretty cool. And again, you can make this edge as thick, solid. I just kind of gradiated it, I think is the word. You can make it solid color. You can, put an image over here if you want, but then it would be called a background image, not an edge. But anyway, that's pretty much it, folks. I hope you learned something. I apologize for taking so darn long creating this video, because it is kind of lengthy, but I wanted to cover a lot of the details with you from the beginning to the end. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day.